Okay, so this is a follow-up read to Is That an Old Coping Mechanism in Your Pocket, or Are You Just Happy to See Me? My last video. I'm going to do 4 of these, starting with water signs. So I'm going to do water signs, and then I'm going to do fire signs, and then I'm going to do earth signs, and then I'll do air signs. So this reading is for water signs. It's just kind of to get a little bit more in depth to what we were talking about. And first I need to grab my lighter. So I'm gonna cleanse this space. I had like some nervous energy, and I don't know what that was about. There we go. So I just want to start with some cleansing because we don't need that nervous energy in here. It's funny too because like I'm gonna do like a grounding candle for this reading actually, so I think it makes sense that like that's what was called in if we're feeling nervous currently, like if there's some like if we're scared of doing new things or I don't know, whatever it is, embodying our authentic self. Yes. So we're just cleansing. I'm going to close this window. In a second here, you're going to see me dress this candle, which is brown for root chakra, for grounding, getting into like the earth. Getting out of our heads into reality. Let's get real. Okay, my microphone is plugged in. We're gonna dress the candle. Then again, it's brown. It's a brown candle. I'm gonna get my hands real dirty, so I might need something to wipe them off. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I have this crown and root oil that I'm gonna put on here. I might just do it like this. Actually, I might just try to sprinkle it. Okay, so this is so that we can just get some grounding, so that we can root ourselves in reality of the situation, let the ego take a back seat on this one, make sure that we're seeing things clearly. We got our head in the game. And then, it smells good. And then we're going to do Trinity. So this oil is for use when studying the occult, when doing readings, so that we can get just some more clarity on the situation. Again, we are wanting to absorb this knowledge and just see with clear eyes. I don't know, I've had hungry eyes in my head for the past 2 days. I don't know what that's about, but maybe we will look up the lyrics to that song and see. And then I'm using some echinacea here. This is from my local apothecary. Again, usually I'm like hands-on with this. Here, we can do a little bit of this. There we go. Oop, there we go. The oil's getting on me anyway. Even though I tried to avoid that. Witchcraft is messy, you guys. I don't know. Witchcraft is just messy. That's just how it is. Like, we're using the echinacea so that I can speak clearly. And, so that we can just get a breath of fresh air on the situation. We can breathe. Maybe we're having trouble with that right now. Like, if we're feeling anxious, maybe we're having trouble with just breathing, water signs. I want to clarify too that this is for sun signs. This is for water suns. Okay. It's not, I'm trying not to do the whole like this is for any strong placement. That's not what I was called to do. This is for if you have Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio as your sun sign. If you were born during any one of those seasons. That's who this reading is for. Come on, man. There we go. Whoa. Okay, already it's burning black smoke. So thank you. Like, it just burned off some kind of thing. Some kind of ickiness going on for us. And then I'm putting this over here with my plants so that we can just get a little bit of that extra earth energy. Okay. We're going to use these later. These are like the most woo love and light cards that I have. It's the Opal Oracle deck. And this is the most basic tarot deck I have. This is what we're being called to do today, I guess. You know, just embracing the like light, silly, goofy side of it all. The like, maybe it's not that serious. Okay? So we're looking at we had this blockage, right? We had this stuff. I'm sorry, I live right next to a busy street. We had this stuff that like we need to cleanse. We need to get rid of, that we're just carrying along with us since the winter time. And we are needing to shed that. So we're looking at like what it is that's holding us back. Like, what area is it holding us back in also? And I'm just gonna use some hand sanitizer really quick. I don't know, I'm just kind of called to clean my hands before getting into it. So yeah, we're looking at like what the fuck is going on, right? Oh, and maybe I'll do the what the fuck spread. But yeah, it's just like what we need to get rid of and how to go about that. Like what we need to do, what kind of ritual, or, you know, even like a ritual can just be something that you do with intention. It can be anything that you do with intention. What kind of ritual that we need to perform in order to get rid of whatever we're holding on to. We need to do this like symbolic giving it up, right? So we're doing that, and then what area that it's blocking us, and like, we'll just get to the reading. I say that as this card falls. It was also face down. Oh, the Magician. Okay. Okay. I just made a meme about this, about the Magician. So what is this? This is the area that's blocking us. This is like, it's blocking us from stepping into our own power and being able to like use the tools that we have. Like what I'm getting is that you, water signs, my beautiful little water signs, are just in this space of like, I don't have everything that I need. When that's a lie. That's always a lie. You always have everything that you need, right in that moment. Well, I'm saying a lot. You always have everything that you need to create the things that you want. Okay, and I have the Lovers reversed. Fell out. Also, so this is interesting. I'm kind of getting this, like, there is this path that you are meant to take that you're having a hard time with. And it's, this could be in a relationship with another person, but I'm getting more so, it's more like in the relationship with yourself. Like, I touched on this in my last reading, where it's like you maybe made a decision to act in a certain way, to walk a certain path, and now you're having doubts, or you're just like, instead of walking that path, you're just kind of like staring at the path. Like, I don't know how to step on those stones. Baby, you just go. You just go. You just go. You just walk. You're thinking too much. You're thinking way too much about it. It's like, I know it's new territory. Like the Lovers is new territory. It's forging your own path. It's like there's a little bit of a, what's that, like a rebellion. Like there's a little bit of rebellion there, because you're doing something different, and it is meant to be. Like, you are meant to do these things that are different, but you're like so stuck on like not seeing the results right now, or not being able to see like the path forward, and like how you have the tools, like what tools to use, that you're preventing yourself from even looking, you know? Okay, so that's like the setup. So what is it? Oh, okay, these two clearly wanted to come out. What is it that we're not looking at? Oh, 4 of Cups and 2 of Swords. This is just like, honestly, this is just that question that I just asked. What is it that we're not looking at? There is, and I want to say like an emotional opportunity. No, there was an emotional opportunity that you decided to pass up on, and now you're just like not seeing clearly. You don't want to make a decision right now, because making that decision to pass up on this like growth here, oh my god, I'm umming and ahhing so much. Making that decision has you feeling stuck, because it's like a what if. It's like, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? You're stuck thinking about what could have been. Like, and maybe I'm getting that, like, you worked so hard for this emotional opportunity to come, for this, like, offering to come to you, and you waited for so long that, like, when it finally came, it, like, was not even what you wanted anymore. And so maybe we're kind of, like, sitting, like, well, what is it that I do want? But honestly, I feel like you're taking too much time. Like, there's so, like, oh, I'm stuck, I can't move, I can't make any decisions, I just need to meditate on this. And it's like, on what? Like, it's done and gone. Like, it's over. Like, this, over it. It says over it on her shirt. Like, right? Like, we're done with that. We can move on now. And yet, we're still in this, oh, but, you know, I don't know how to move on type deal. It's just this, like, way of thinking. It's just stuck. It's just stuck on this way of thinking that is not helpful. To be quite honest, it's not helpful. Like, you are being asked to step forward. You are being asked to step forward into your own power, to create your own story, and you're stuck on this other situation with this other person. And, like, how you're going to move forward in your relationships, when really it's like, how are you moving forward in your relationships, in your relationship with yourself? Like, are you moving forward? You're not. You're just sitting on this. So, what can you do? What can you do? Because you're going to need to do something. You can't just sit here forever, like, regretting the past and being scared to make any move because you made the wrong move one time. Being scared to go after your desires because you were so full of self-will that, like, once you got what you wanted, it wasn't it anymore. Like, you need to be able, and I know that you can do this because you're a water sign, you need to be able to, like, be open to the mystery of the gifts that you are meant to receive. Like, the things that are going to come into your life, the blessings that are going to come into your life. God, I found, whatever. The blessings that are going to come into your life, right? That you don't know about. Like, you can't even imagine what's coming for you. You can't even imagine it. You just have the tools to create it. But you don't actually know. Because you've never experienced it before. And you want to know. You're, like, stuck on wanting to know. But you don't get to know. You haven't experienced everything. You don't know what those rewards are going to be like. You don't get to until you step forward. But you don't want to step forward until you know what it's going to look like. But that's what happened last time. That's what you did last time. And, like, you did all of that work because you thought that you knew what the reward was going to look like, and it didn't look that way, and now you're just like, okay. Or it looked that way, it showed up differently. It manifested in a different realm, a different area of life than you were expecting it to. And you're like, okay. That wasn't what I thought. Now I'm scared to move forward. But there's that fear again. There's that nervousness. 6 of Wands. Second time. This came up yesterday. 6 of Wands. I feel like this honestly is just like, act like you have it already. Move forward like you know, even though you don't know. But don't delude yourself in thinking that you actually know. You know? You know? Just act as if, like, you deserve the rewards that are coming to you. Act as if this new path is not scary. Act as if. Just act. Just act. Right? Like, it's not hard. This isn't something that is like being withheld from you. It's something that you're overthinking, that you think you can't handle it or do it, but you just have to do it. How would you know? How would you know until you actually try? Right? Oh, and we have two more. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is what we're not seeing. Why are you afraid to do the work? You're not doing the daily maintenance that you need to do to get your rewards. You're blocking your own damn self by not acting, by not doing the damn thing. Just do it. I swear to God, this is like half of my readings. I'm like, just go do the thing. What are you afraid of? Just do the thing, right? But yeah, so the Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest moving knight. He's all about daily chores. They're just like getting the work done. They're brushing their teeth every day. They're going on walks every day. They're getting their sun. They're talking to the people that they need to talk to. It's like the boring stuff that leads to overall well-being and like achievement and success. It leads to this Knight of Pentacles. Like, it's all of that work to create the garden every day and watering that garden every day and pruning the weeds every day that you need to do in order to get the fruits, in order for your garden to flourish. You can't just plant in this nutrient-less soil. Like, if there's no nutrients in the soil, nothing's gonna grow. You have to add the fertilizer. You have to make that thing dead. You have to let that shit go. You have to let the past go. And just move forward. I feel like this isn't helpful, because it's the same shit that I was saying before. But it's like, clearly there's something going on with a relationship that you had with somebody, and you had this certain idea of how it was going to go in your head, and it didn't go that way. And once it started to go that way, you didn't like it and you didn't want it anymore. And it's quite possible that like the relationship or the thing that you wanted did manifest, and you just aren't appreciating it because you're still sitting in your head in like what could be instead of what is, which is what we just started with, right? This is what we started with. We need to get out of our head, get our feet on the ground, and do the damn work. Do the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves, and do the scary things. And it's not like huge things. It's the little stuff every day that we're focusing on. And you will have success. Okay. We're going to do the Opal Oracle cards. We're going to get some love and light up in this bitch. What is the attitude? What is the attitude that we want to have moving forward? What attitude do we need to have in order to do this work every day? And like to give us the perspective that we need to see the tools that are right in front of us. Wait to proceed. Are you fucking kidding me? Regroup. Stop and regroup before you make your next moves. Give yourself and others a chance to check in. Review, then proceed with clarity and intention. I feel like this is what we're doing. And it's kind of like the opposite of what I was just saying, which is funny because I was like, set that intention to put my ego aside, and like my ego right now is like, no, but that's not what I said. So very funny. Okay, like that's what this is, right? That's what that Knight of Pentacles reverse is talking about. Because the Knight of Pentacles isn't going to just like do things without thinking. Like, they're doing that work slowly every day, but they're not doing it without intention. They know what they're working toward. So maybe the fact that you don't know what you're working toward is the scary thing. And you need to figure out what it is that you actually want for yourself. Like, maybe you're creating that path as you walk along it, and you don't know what you want that path to look like. So sit with yourself and figure that out. Because if you're just moving forward without knowing what you want, it's just not going to work. But once you figure out what you do want, once you really tap in, then you know. But that is going to take some intention and some resetting. I'm getting like, again, clearing out the old. Okay, here's the ritual. Here it is. We're going to go through our books. We're going to go through our books, water signs. And we're going to Marie Kondo that shit. You know I love to do this. You know this is my jam, right? We're going to go through our books and we're going to get rid of the books that are weighing us down. And we're going to keep the books that make us happy. We're going to keep the books that, like, we are going to read and aren't just like, oh, well, I want to read this one time or whatever. Like, whatever. We're just get rid of some fucking books. Get rid of some books. And also, I know you have journals because you're a damn water sign. I know you have journals. I know you have old art. Look through it. Read through it. Look at, like, what was working for you and what wasn't working for you in the past. And I think that will give you some clarity and help you process what's going on. And try to do it with some detachment. Some, loving detachment. Because you're not that person anymore. You're not the person who bought those books. You're not the person who wrote those words in that journal or drew those pictures in that journal, right? Think about the person that you are now while doing this. Don't hang on to, like, who you were when you received that book as a gift, right? Don't hold on to that because you're not that person anymore. It's just like, we need to let go of that. and we need to figure out what we want moving forward. And the books are gonna help. Okay. That's it. That's the thing. Okay, love you. Bye.